Okay, in this video we're going to add the bracing to the front and back of our bridge. It's a little different than the lateral bracing up here, so we'll go through and find a good way to do it. First, we're going to start with the mate connector. Remember, we always use between entities on this one, and it's going to go up here. We're going to use the upper left notch. Be consistent on these so that if you lose one, you know where you put it back. So I'm always going to use the upper left of the bridge from the front. So there we go, we've got our mate connector. Now we can go right onto that, double check that it's in the middle, and right click on it. Right click on it will allow you to create a Part Studio in context. And we just check the box, and now we've got a Part Studio right on that mate connector. And the top plane is going to be the z-axis of that mate connector. Well, we don't need these planes, so we're going to hide them. Alright, that first thing we do is create that sketch on that mate connector. You can click here and it'll allow you to pick only mate connectors. Makes it easy. Move that out of the way. So we've got our sketch on the mate connector. You can see it's right halfway through our notches and should be on the top plane at this point. Click the N key and we're drawing right on it. So this is going to be the easiest way to get reference to our assembly. You can bring that in and out here if it's too dim for you. So first thing we're going to do is use, and we're going to use sketch lines. So we'll actually create sketch lines from anything that is anything we're clicking on. So let's just grab all these faces. That one turns purple. That one, notice it turns purple. And that's how we know we have a reference to our assembly. My mouse is purple too, but it turns purple too. And there's this one. So now we've got our our four corners. They also include the width of the wood. Should that ever change, which it has changed in previous years if we change wood. Okay, we want to add some sketch lines. So no longer using. We're going to do our own sketch lines. QL gives us sketch construction, which is what I have clicked now. And now we're going to use some of these lines. We want a midpoint constraint here, so click here and hover here, and now we've got our midpoint. Escape that, and then same thing up here, QL, and we go from here to here. And escape will give us that. Okay, so now we've got these sketch lines. So this is going to be the part where our car has got to get through here. Might be nice to have. It's not going to be perfect. We would want a plane that is on this axis, but I don't. Do I have? Yeah, we could create a plane there, but we want to have at least 3.5 centimeters between our two straws here, so we can put a dimension on that and make sure that's the case when we make this. So let's do that. We're going to make 2 straw lines, and actually we're going to need some mirror lines too. So let's add some sketch lines for the mirroring. We'll do one here. Find your midpoint, and the midpoint here. That'll give us a sketch line. And now we want to make we actually also need a point for mirroring when we do the feature mirrors. So we'll do that in a little bit. So we need a point at the center of that line. We're going to put a mate connector on there, so we need that point. All right, now we need to do QL again, and we need a line here. Again, it doesn't. Now it should just be vertical. It should move like that, and we can mirror that line. So select the mirror line. That's this line right here. So we have our our lines for our our supports for, I guess, braces here. We want to make sure there's enough room for the car to go through. 35 millimeters is the spec, and the straws are 6.22, so we should be good with 45 millimeters between the two. And notice it centers it, and I might just go 50 for good measure. There's plenty of room for our car to go through there. All right, everything's black. which is good. We need one more line because we're going to do some more mirroring in the features. So we're going to do QL again, and I want a mirror line that is, you can do it several ways. You can come up here and get it, or you can just make it midpoint here to a midpoint here, and that should give us a mirror line. Okay, so that should end our sketching for now. Oh, sorry, no, we've got to do one part of our brace. So we're going to build a quarter of our brace, and we're going to use mirroring to put it on all 4 points around the bracing. So we're going to change the sketch over here on this end because we want to actually extrude over here. So we're going to create, because we're going to get rid of our construction lines. Click here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually we really don't need that one because we're going to draw a box over there. So let's just do that. We're going to turn those to, oops, I didn't mean to do that. 1, oops, 1, 2, I missed it, 3. 3 lines, and we'll make them solid lines. So should have done that there. Having a hard time. Zoom in, I want 1, 2, 3, make that. There. Notice they're solid now. That's what we wanted. Okay, let's get a center point rectangle, and let's just put that center point anywhere on this line, and then we want to snap it onto this side of our our little tab. So click here, and notice this side is still not connected. We want that to go to the center point here. So escape. And we're just going to drag that over to the center and make it coincident with that line. Now the only thing we do is need to dimension this. It is handy to make that the straw outer diameter. Really handy for several reasons you'll see in a minute. So we'll make that outer diameter. Okay. And I'll put it right here. Okay. So what we're going to end up doing is going to mirror this over here, and then we'll mirror the whole thing up there. The goal of this process is to minimize the number of sketch lines. That way, if we ever lose our reference, if we ever lose these little purple spots, we can just add those back, and we don't have wild things happening like sketch lines running all over the place. So this is going to help contain all that. So I think that's all we need in here. We'll finish this sketch, and there we are. So the next thing we need to do is add the actual parts. So we're going to have an extrude here. We're going to have a node creator down here, and one up here. So let's go and create those. So to get node creator, if you haven't added it already, you'll want to add it. I already have it. If you haven't updated it, right click up here and choose update link document. So if you have a blue circle on it, it's out of date. To do a lot of the things, you'll need the latest version always. Okay, nodes is joints. So we want to get one here. And then we're going to go ahead and set that up. Straw member locations, that's here. And I want the diameter to be outer diameter of the straw. And I don't want a straw hole. There we go, we've got one here. And we're going to need one up here because we got to connect that straw there. So we are going to just add another one. There we go. That one, we notice it has the same, oops, hang on, I lost my other one. I want to add another one there. And now I've got to set it up. Straw member locations, and then no straw hole, and I want that to be outer. If you hit enter, it'll shrink it down. There we go. Node creator is done. It hit our sketch, which we still need, so let's click on the eyeball on the sketch so we can extrude it. So next thing is to extrude that, which we'll do with an extrude. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do this wood thickness. So wood thickness and symmetric, as we always do. And we will click on this section. Now notice I can't, it's not letting me click on, it's not giving me a square on this one. Maybe I could get it there, but let's show you how to get rid of the sometimes the actual assembly gets in the way. So you can click X here. Notice it's gone away. Now I can open extrude again, and I can add it. There, I have it now. Click that there. Oh, one thing I did in the extrude was merge with part 2, and I added, because I want these to become one part, because it's all going to be laser cut together. So make sure you've chosen add with, and then choose part 2. It becomes one part. So notice we've got the node creator on top, and we have this part that's now one part. All right. Bringing the context back, if we needed it, we can go up here to assembly context and bring it back. If we were to make any changes in any other part of the bridge, we wanted to use update context, and it would update the assembly. We haven't done anything, so it's not going to need that. Okay, so we are going to move on to some mirroring, and we're going to need for that some planes. All right, just check something. We do not need this other node. We're going to be using a mirror to create that one. Oops, sorry, not that one, this one. And our extrude failed because it needs to merge with this part here and there. Oops. Oh, merge with this part here. Okay, so you should only have one piece now, one part. Go back and remove that from node creator if you just missed that. Okay, now we can go and move on. Sorry about that. All right, to do some mirroring, we're going to need some planes. When you mirror on a sketch, use a sketch line. When you mirror on in a feature list, you mirror on planes. To create a plane, we need a mate connector. So we get mate connector, and that mate connector is going to go right on that point. Click the N key so you're facing straight ahead. Don't get that mate connector sideways, that won't work. It's got to be straight on. Sometimes you got to move around, but if you get smack dab on the center of that point, you'll get a straight up mate connector. Okay, that's all you got to do is make that mate connector. And now we're going to create some planes. So find your plane, planes there. Okay, we click on that mate connector there, and then the first plane, we're going to use the x-axis. So we're going to make it there. That's going to be our x-plane. We can even name that our x-plane. And then we're going to create another plane. And we're going to create a y-plane. So again, mate connector and the y. There we got our, yep, there's our y-plane. Along the y-axis. Oh, actually, yes. Is that the y-axis? Yes, y-plane. Okay, so we've got our y-plane and our x-plane, and we're ready to do some mirroring. Okay, so the mirroring is going to look like this. Mirroring is going to look like this. We are going to use what's called a feature mirror. So that's going to keep the points on our node creator. And there's a mirror. Entities to mirror. We only have one right now. And the mirror plane is the x-plane. And if we do a part mirror, no, notice if we don't do, we need these points, these sketch points, so we can make our straws, right? See them on there? 1, 2. If we do a part mirror, we don't get those points. So we need to change this to a feature mirror. And I lost my features. And they, okay, I think I actually have to select them. See if I can get them here. Might have to select them from the list. There we go. And why are you not happy? Feature mirror, reapply features. No. Hang on. Okay, figure it out. This is very picky when you pick features. Pick them from the feature list. We want to mirror node creator and extrude one. So you should have 2 of them in there. Don't reapply features, and look, it creates it. That's what I did before. Did not use reapply features. And then we have our sketch points are now there for the straw, which is good. So now that we have that, we're going to mirror to the across the y-plane, but we want to get our straw there first. So we're going to do the frame tool, which I have here, and we want to use our straw profile again, and that is current document straw profile. And we're just with frame, if we're doing just one straw, we just need to pick the points. There's that point and this point here. Something I forgot, notice my straw is buried into this. forgot to add my straw shoulder in my node creator. So this is a problem. We can't really build a bridge where the straw just goes right into the lateral brace, which is what that's called. I forgot that in here. So let's go into node creator, open it up. Actually, we need to open up there. Options down here, and we want to have straw shoulders. That is going to allow it to extend just slightly outside of the straw lateral brace, so we don't have that problem. So there you go. That was right back in node creator, and that created that. So sorry I missed that. We have it now. So next thing we want to do is move across and mirror this half across the y-axis. So go back to mirror, and we're going to create some parts here. I believe we want to create new parts here, here, here. Mirror plane is going to be there, and look at that. Notice we have more parts here than we need because these are split into two pieces. So we're going to fix that next with some booleans. Booleans are going to allow us to put things together. So boolean here, search for boolean. Boolean is kind of a math operation. Put this together with that. Union is a union puts things together, like my union. Okay, there's one, that's together. The plane is, you can hide these planes if you want and they'll see it's one piece. And we got to do one more plane boolean on this one. Union, union. There we go. Now we have the right number of parts. We have the bottom lateral brace, top lateral brace, or strut. Actually, these are called struts. Sorry. We have straw and straw. Okay. Last thing we need for every part studio is a cut list, and cut list is here. Select all frames, add column override. We're going to give the column is name, and the value is we're going to call these struts braces. Call them braces. These are going to be our braces. Oh, click here for frames brace 1 and brace 2. Add a column override, name, and we're going to call this straw, and we're going to pick not same as previous, and here's one straw, here's the other straw. And now we should be able to see our composite part and rename that to front front and back bracing. Okay, we still have our, if you lost this, if you don't have this up here, you can bring it back. We want to insert and go to assembly. Insert, we're going to pick our composite part. So make sure you pick composite parts, not any other parts. There it is, and it's in there, but it's not mated yet. So we need to mate it. So we're going to do our fasten mate, and let's do, I'll just do, yeah, we'll do this corner here. And hold down shift and you can hold a corner, and then we'll do, let's see if I can get this right, this corner right there. Click this one and you can start another one, which will be the other side, which actually we can't start it yet, sorry. We need to insert. Now we can insert that. Now only composite parts ever go into an assembly. The only exception is the straw. So you want to get your composite parts by only showing that, and that was the front back bracing, and there's our bracing. Now we can bring it in again, and we can mate this one to the other side. So let's do this one to the this corner here. Fasten mate, hold down shift. Okay, there we go. And we're going to go to the lower corner, upper corner inside of there. And that's kind of a convoluted way. And click this one. And there we go. We have our car-friendly bracing for the front and back.